But yeah, as the standings are, it should be Y side. P1 with a 1-point advantage, if I do remember correctly, over Dungeon Fanatics. As the lights are out and away we go, Sod85 takes the lead, as he should, setting the fastest lap in qualifying, and he's going to hold on to the lead to the first corner. And there's a driver all the way off to the right side. Interesting tactic from the Red Bull back there, as Sot leads into turn 1. Of course, an interesting sequence immediately into a straight. And you can see the two Alpines as well as the Ferrari of Y-Side right behind him now. Everyone extending incredibly wide, hitting the apex as best they can. And you're looking to not get any airtime over that curb. Through third gear now towards the backstretch in Sector 2. And it looks pretty much even at the front. Dungeon Fanatics now sitting P2. Alan third, Fax fourth. Matt, Pedro, Moto, Crack Dev, Math all sitting there as well. And not sure what Y-Side went to. Is he even in the race? I did think that was his Ferrari. Woo! A bit of airtime there. That's going to force him off the track for one of the two Alpines. As technically, Dungeon Fanatics is in the lead, but I would not say so. We'll have to see as they pass the next timing board. It is very close, though, between the Alpines of Sot and then Fax's Alpine. Dungeon now falling to third. You can see the tire differences between the two Alpines. I do believe it is Fax that has chosen to go onto the mediums. Dungeon behind on soft. That is Alan DSC, of course, in the car behind the Ferrari. Dungeon Fanatics now still trailing behind the two leaders. And the field is actually pretty bunched up, barring the last four cars on the grid. You can see the gap extending now 5 seconds to lead. And there's a car over. It's one of the Alpines, and I think it was Dungeon. It may have been Steve also flipping. Did Dungeon have, was that Dungeon? I thought it was an Alpine, but of course that is the sleep deprivation. But it looks like he may have fallen a little bit. Thanks to the lead of the race, passes Sod on the backstretch. Now it looks like Thought gets back ahead. So of course the game lag not helping at all as they make their way through Sector 3. And part of that, of course, is the sleep deprivation. I just woke up, so we are so off pace right now. Give it 5 minutes and we'll be right on top of it. As Sot leads them around for lap 3. I'm not sure if there's any rain expected. That is an incredibly wide line from Thax. But it is legal. And of course the 23 cars don't have a slowdown on the grass, if I'm correct. So it doesn't really make much of a difference. Again, here comes Sodatex. Ooh, Sod 85 into the wall. And it's in an incredibly weird place to wreck as well. In a straight. That could have just been luck. That could have been, I have no idea what that was. But he just hit the wall, and now he's really off pace. That's got to shake him. And now he's all the way down with Dungeon. You can see the other out. You can see now Alan putting the pressure on Thax. Obviously Thax made the air, but now Alan goes airborne. Oh, a barrel roll from the Canadian, and he is definitely gonna be feeling that. Ouch. Feeling that in two ways. Yeah. That's the worry with Mexico, man. There's really two spots, that double apex about halfway through, and then of course Sector 3, that corner right there. That can hurt. And then of course, yeah, just Sector 2, the entries are so critical, but also so dangerous. One error, you can run wide, you can be flipped, whatever. Moto now, 1 second behind, Pedro 1.4. Pedro gets the wing open. He'll be about neck and neck. Alan with the unlucky flip. He's been trying to claw back into the hards, now putting a ton of pressure on Cookie Monster in the background for that P5 spot. Dax now leading by 0.7 of a second through the chicane and now the double apex onto the backstretch and the sweepers. And he is about to lap the Aston Martin out in front of him. Oh, Steve. I love you, Steve, but that's unfortunate, bro. He's giving it all. He's giving. Oh, Pedro off. Pedro into the wall. Pedro. Oh, the curbing takes another victim. And this time, it is the Papaya McLaren. And that might signal a shift in momentum for this race. And suddenly, Mexico, which was a battle of motor racing, has become a battle of straight attrition. As the two leaders are simply out in front due to the fact that the racetrack has not put its clutches around them thus far through 15 laps. But at any moment in time, that could change. You get one corner, you get one slowdown, boom, you're in trouble as Thax gets a bit of airtime over that curb. But he survives, and it is him and Moto, like he's still chasing Steve through lap 15, who are the two clear contenders. Now, let's talk about boxing strategy. What do? You're obviously only going to box once, and I would assume that they're both going to go for the soft tires at this time into the race. You would have about 12 laps to go on softs, which is doable. Your tires will lose at least to 80, probably more. Now, the gap to the car behind is a lot. So by the time you box, let's say you lose at maximum 8 seconds, 10 seconds, you'd still be out in front. So these two really need to be, they're just battling each other to the end of this race as it stands. Now, if they get an error, that's on them as they continue to chase down Steve through the front stretch. In fact, Moto was too far back, it looks like. He didn't get the wing open. Or was he too close? Who knows? Ooh, Steve has been given the blue flag. And Steve pulls out of the way a little bit. Now we'll see if he slows the car. I'm not too sure. As we see, it was Pedro. Was it in fact Pedro? Oh dear. So, in a classic moment of announcer's curse, Pedro has been sent down to 7th, struck down by the racing gods, as Sot has been in fact given the podium position, and now he has a commanding lead over Kraktev by almost 4 seconds. We'll see if he's able to close any, but now, yes, he probably will get the podium spot if the order holds the top 3. But that is unfortunate for Pedro. He was just simply struck down by Ra. Oh dear. From at least a podium spot now to being far away from it. That just hurts. As Steve gets his last warning. Moto is off the track. Dear Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, you may think we are at Monaco with how this race is going, because the amount of cars that have gone off track, there have been errors from almost every single contender. Is that Sot boxing? Wow. I thought Sot had the podium put away. Now he's going to have a bit more work to do if he wants to get back into it. In the rear for Moto, obviously your brake bias is mattering now as your tires start to go a little bit. Driving style matters. Moto and Allen still making that. Don't count out the Mercedes. This is a freeway fight for P2. Sot looks like is too far back to contend. Pedro also too far back, barring errors from all three drivers ahead. Alan now looks like takes the lead of the, not the lead of the race, of course, but of this melee between the three cars. Oh yeah. Moto holds on. He's gonna hold on. It is lap 24 of 27. So you only have 4 more racing laps, 3.5 now. Where can you make a move? Now also consider invalidations. Yes. If you get a slowdown here, you're cooked. Honest to God. As I think that may have happened to Crack Dev. He just got a slowdown as that was said. Potentially. No, I think he survives and just had, again, a mishap with one of the curbs. As I don't see a red sector for him, but that is going to put him way, way further behind. Hopefully, if he crosses the line and the sector flashes red, that would make a lot more sense. Otherwise, it was a really bad driver error. Of course, slowdowns happen when you're pushing to the limit. But an error just hurts now, and it was an error for him with 3 to go. He's out of contention for the podium. But a P4 is great as, oh, Moto into the wall! No, he didn't. But then you could say that about Sot. You could say that about Pedro. You can say that about any driver on track today that was contending for that race win at the start in the first 5 to 10 laps. But the only one to get through all of that without a critical slowdown, without a critical error, was Thax 1905. And he is going to be taking the lead of the championship. He was trailing Wyside. Well, he's not going to be taking the lead, but he is going to be moving into second. I do believe so, if my math is correct. Now, even if he doesn't take the lead of the championship, he is suddenly the clear contender by a huge margin. As this is just shown, when he is on point, he is the driver to beat. He defeated Wyside in the last season in AWC. He has racked up an impressive resume, and as he's going to be making his way around through Sector 3, now to the straight for the final time, he is going to add another win to that resume in an impressive drive for the Alpine. It's Thax 1905. He wins at the Circuit del Sol. What a drive from the Alpine. Alan's gonna bring it home P2, and Moto falls all the way down to 4th, now passed by Sot onto the front stretch. Crack Dev takes it home P3. Great job from the Mercedes team. Moto, oh dear, Moto loses out to Sot and falls to 5th. Oh, what happened? Pedro crosses the line. He's behind him. He's behind Matt 35. They had a photo finish for P6. They come home 6th and 7th. Dungeon Fanatics crosses in 8th. Cookie Trooper brings it home in 9th. And Gal will round out the top 10.